To write an equation of the line that passes through the points 3, -2 and -5, 4 in both point slope and slope-intercept form, we need to recognize that the first step is to find the slope. Both point slope and slope-intercept forms require the slope to be known. So that will be our first step to calculate the slope. Given that we don't have a graph to count from, but we have two coordinates that were given, we will use the slope formula, m equals y2 minus y1 over the quantity x2 minus x1. Using 3, -2 as our x1, y1 pair, and -5, -4 as our x2, y2, our slope calculation would become m equals 4 minus -2 in the numerator and -5 minus 3 in the denominator. Cleaning that up further, 4 minus -2 is really 4 plus 2, or 6, and -5 minus 3 is -8 in the denominator. So this gives us a slope of 6 over -8, which will reduce down to -3/4. To now use that slope to find the point slope form of the equation, we first want to remind ourselves the point slope form is y equals m times the quantity x minus x1 plus y1. And so were we to use the point 3, -2, our equation would become y equals -3/4, which is the slope, times the quantity x minus 3 plus -2, which we would just write as -2. So y equals -3/4 times the quantity x minus 3 minus 2. On the other hand, had we used the point -5, 4, our equation in this situation would have become y equals -3/4 times the quantity x minus -5, which we'll write as x plus 5, plus 4. Y equals -3/4 times the quantity x plus 5 plus 4. To find the slope-intercept form, I'll take one of those point slope forms and convert it into slope-intercept form. To now come up with the slope-intercept form, which we want to remind ourselves is y equals mx plus b, I will take one of those point slope forms of the equation and convert it into this y equals mx plus b form. It will never matter which equation you start with, whether you use the one from the point 3, -2, or you use the one that came from the point -5, 4. Just picking the first one from the 3, -2 point, we'll start with y equals -3/4 quantity x minus 3 minus 2. The first step in converting this to slope-intercept form will be to distribute that slope into the parentheses, so multiplying -3/4 times both the x and the -3. Doing this, we'll obtain y equals -3/4 times x. -3/4 times a -3 will become a positive 9/4, and then we'll still have the -2 at the end. To finish simplifying this, we need to combine the 9/4 with that -2. To do this, we need to think of -2 as -2 over 1, and we need to find a common denominator. In this case, the common denominator will be 4, so 9/4 is already over 4, but I need to multiply the -2 by 4 over 4. So my equation becomes y equals -3/4 x plus 9/4 minus 8/4. Bringing them back up over here, to finish combining those like terms, we will have y equals -3/4 x plus 1/4. Had we started with the other point slope form that came from the point -5, 4, and done similar distribution and combining like terms, we would have arrived at the same answer, y equals -3/4 x plus 1/4.